few blocks from the lake in Buena Vista University, on the west edge of Storm Lake, sits an unlikely old brick barn that has been transformed into what is perhaps the most unique store of its kind in Iowa and beyond. This charming old barn has become the Elements: home furnishings, accessories, and as we'll learn in the next few minutes, much more. My guest is Kathy Sorby, who is owner and one of the designers at the Elements. And Kathy, this is no ordinary store.
Well, we decided a long time ago that our motto would be, we're anything but ordinary, and we really work hard at it.
Well, we want to talk about the house call service, which is a big part of what you do, but before we do that, let's talk about all that's here in this retail space, the elements within, if you will.
Well, we have about 7,500 square feet. We have Beckley's Boutique, we have the Kitchen House, we have an expanded line of bath and bedding, we have cooking school in one of the buildings outside, and then we have a large selection of furniture, accessories, rugs, lamps, probably one of the largest art lines in Iowa, plus 6 designers who are really busy, and we go everywhere.
Well, and that leads us into this house call conversation, and it's a unique service that you provide. So tell us how the process works.
Well, it's really popular. It's risk-free to start with, and that helps a lot. We'll go to a client's home, look at their project, talk to them about a budget, look at some of the things that they already have that they want to keep, and then a couple weeks later, 3 or 4 designers will come back and rearrange everything, all of their own accessories, maybe add a few new pieces, give them an updated look, and what we leave is basically on approval. They can send back what they don't love and keep what they love.
So now you do everything from new construction, blueprints, to just a very small, maybe a color consultation.
Absolutely. We work on small farmhouses, we do condos, we do all residential homes, commercial buildings. We don't say no to anybody, and no job is too small or too big.
So you don't have to have a huge project, a big budget.
You really don't.
Well, I think we can all relate to risk-free. Right now, let's go to one of your customers' homes and see what their challenges were and see what your people did with it.
Well, this first client, they really wanted a complete remodel. They wanted a larger master bedroom. And the new master bedrooms that are being built are usually include a walk-in closet, so there's very little need for extra furniture. And that helps create that master suite feeling. Very calming, very smooth, very quiet. It's more of a retreat.
This needs to be a place you can go to get away from the world.
Absolutely, and to recover and recuperate on all those things. So it needs to be fairly simple, and we chose a really dark, warm, rich color for this bedroom. Very quiet. The bed is actually called a Zen bed, and it's a platform bed.
Now you need to define terms for me. What is a platform bed?
Platform bed is, there is no box spring, so it just sits on top of these slats, and it's very simple. The bedding is tucked in. We don't have all that voluminous fabric with hundreds of pillows and trims and all that kind of thing. Very simple, very spa-like.
Now, lighting seems to be really important in this room.
Well, it certainly helps to set the mood, and in most bedrooms, the king-size bed will only fit on one wall. We like to hang pendants on either side of the bed because it frees up the bedside tables. You don't have to have a big lamp cluttering up that space, and it helps add some style and attitude up into the space above the bed. We also knocked out enough room to give them a bigger walk-in closet and a bigger bathroom. We added some contemporary vessel sinks and wonderful tile. That is also a walk-in shower that we were able to make their bathroom even feel a little bit bigger.
Kind of a Zen feeling in this suite.
All the way through,
yeah.
All the way through. Rugs are an amazing tool that can define your space without the use of walls. With a new rug, or even a great hide, a few pillows and a couple new accessories, well, you can add color and texture, movement and design. Watch how this transforms the entire feel of this space. Stop out at the Elements and check out our selection of room makers and see which is the best option for your space. The Elements, west on Highway 7 in Storm Lake. We're anything but ordinary.
Now next we're going to talk about a family space, a family living area, which can be a challenge. You want a certain adult sophistication in the room, but if you have young children, that can be tricky.
The room really has to be versatile and functional first, as well as comfortable. So the first thing that we did was we tried to add as much seating as possible. So our cabinet maker custom built a long bench that fills the biggest wall in this room. it's for storage, it's beautiful. There are heavy, big cushions on top with throw pillows. So extra seating when you need it. We also put the television on the wall, which takes up a lot less space. And then around that television, because it's the biggest wall in the room, we added floating shelves. Not only did it give us dimension, but it enabled us to show off some of their accessories and art. We also put a wonderful, luxurious shag rug on the floor, so even sitting on the floor is comfortable. And in this particular living space, we used a Candace Olson sectional, which is a little bit larger than most. And this room isn't huge, but it actually helped expand the space. But one of our favorite things is we had our cabinet maker build a tall table to sit right behind the sofa, a place for 2 bar stools to slide under, and there's a lamp on that table. So now you can sit at that table and work with your computer, you can read the paper, write a letter. Everybody can be doing something different in this room.
You can have the whole family in that room, people doing different things,
exactly.
And it works.
And they're still close together. It's wonderful.
Now, Kathy, this home is a big home with lots of wonderful natural light, but that can be tricky.
Well, our client here wanted to change the color of the floor. She had a maple on the floor, which actually over time can change color. So it was starting not to go with her original decorating scheme at all, and she wanted to change it to a darker, richer, warm gray. And we work with a contractor. Actually, he's an artist when it comes to doing that. You know, you can paint wood and you get a certain look. It's very casual, it's very relaxed, maybe even a little bit country. But if you stain the wood a different color, there are a lot of options open to you now. We're using that same process in woodwork. We're changing woodwork in banks and homes, kitchen cupboards, all kinds of different things. You don't always have to buy new. If you can adjust those colors, you can update.
Now we're going to talk chairs here, and this is a recliner, but this is not your grandfather's Lazy Boy.
Well, there have been a lot of changes to recliners, and I think that's because most of the women just hated the look of that great big ponderous chair in their space. So a lot of our companies have made the recliners still wonderfully comfortable, but it looks more like a club chair. And these particular recliners also swivel and rock, so they're very, very popular. It's finally time for the recliner to look stylish and be functional without overdoing it.
But you could still kick back and watch the game.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this big bookshelf, because it's pretty industrial.
Industrial, it's heavy wood, rough wood, big heavy iron wheels.
Interesting mix.
It is an interesting mix, and it's one of the things that we try to do in our homes that we help with. We like the mix because it's personal and it's more interesting than having everything match. You get a flatness when you match everything. So this looks like people really live here, and it's an interesting focal point on this wall.
Now talk to me about the monkeys.
The monkeys were done by the client's children, and it's a perfect place to showcase it.
Conversation piece.
It is a conversation piece.
What makes a classic? Basically, it's something that stands the test of time. This tufted Chesterfield sofa, design and silhouette say tradition, but the updated single cushion and natural linen fabric give this piece a modern update. And with these updated swivel chairs, the movement is easy and it's nearly impossible to sit still. Stop in, talk with one of our designers, and give these new classics a spin. The Elements, west on Highway 7 in Storm Lake. We're anything but ordinary.
Now, this homeowner was in Arizona for the winter when you and your designers went to this home and did your work. That's trust.
Well, actually it was a labor of love, too. This client wanted to expand the living space in her home. She entertains her family a lot here, so we knocked out as many walls as we could, and our cabinet maker put in a brand new kitchen for her, all in beautiful white. We designed the kitchen, he installed it, beautiful white cabinets, beautiful white marble countertops. We wanted extra seating, so we designed a custom-made bookcase with built-in benches and storage, a space for the television, a 60-inch TV. We needed as many individual seats as possible, so we have 2 sets of swivel chairs and then a great sofa. Everyone likes their own chair. And these swivel chairs make it possible to turn to the view, turn to the television, turn to conversation. It's very, very comfortable and warm, and it's just a wonderful, inviting space.
Now talk to me about the barn track door. That's a space saver, I know.
It's very functional. We gave her a walk-in pantry when we remodeled, and it was in a space where if there was a regular door, it would have hit another door. So the barn track door enables you to have a very functional sliding door, but you can also make it artistic. You can add some attitude to it, and you can design them yourselves. And this was an absolute perfect thing to put in this hallway.
Now this is a big room. How do you handle the lighting in this size of a room?
Well, we did add a lot of canned lighting for that time when you need lots of light. But the focal point in this area for lighting are these wonderful pendants. They're mercury glass, but they have a contemporary flair too. And that's what makes this room so special, is that it's a mix of all kinds of styles. We have traditional, we have contemporary, we have transitional, we have industrial, but it all fits together and just makes a warm, personal, inviting space for her and her family.
I want to go back to the trust issue here, because the client was in Arizona when all this took place, and it must have been exciting when she came home.
It was, and it was such fun for us. She was so thrilled. It was really rewarding.
Drink tables can disappear or they can shine. Forget the rules and think outside the box. It's hard to improve on Mother Nature, but the Phillips collection did it with this side table. The silver finish is an amazing contrast to the natural texture of the wood. This table is an airplane window transformed into a conversation starter. Let one of our designers show you all the accent tables that can bring attitude and personality to your space. The Elements, west on Highway 7 in Storm Lake. We're anything but ordinary.
So, 4 different unique homes and 4 different challenges for the design team from the Elements. And now let's talk about something really fun. Twice a year, decorating seminars. And Kathy, I don't know of anybody else who's doing this, certainly at this level.
Well, again, this is another labor of love, and we've been doing the seminars for probably 10 years. It's about a 2.5-hour production, and we do it twice a year. We have room in the store for 60 to 70 people. So when the people come, the whole front of the store is completely empty. And while they watch, we decorate 3 separate areas. So we bring in the rug, the furniture, the side tables, the lamps, the coffee tables, all of the accessories, the art, the lighting, everything while they watch. So they get to see the space evolve, and they can see how each piece that we bring in affects the rest of the space. It's a motivational thing more than anything. They can go home and do similar things with the pieces that they have.
And this is quite a production. I've attended a couple of these, and it's just like butter, because your crew just comes and goes, and things just take shape.
Actually, it's choreographed, and we practice. And it's kind of a time for us to be able to show off a little bit about the things that we've learned and the things that we can share. It's very popular. We have people coming from all over the Midwest. We don't advertise for it. Our mailing list is basically how you hear about it. It's great fun. We have food demonstrations, and we just keep learning new things and showing new things.
And each attendee gets a gift card with the registration, which is pretty nice.
Exactly. It's great fun.
Now let's talk about an international website, Houzz, H-O-U-Z-Z, and the Elements. Best of Houzz, 3 years running. That's pretty amazing.
Well, we're very proud of that, and humbled and honored and all of those things, but it is a great resource for our designers as well as our clients. It's a way to see real homes decorated in hundreds of thousands of different ways. So it's a great idea book. Everyone's visual, and we can use this website to help our clients visualize what we have in mind for them, and they can do the same back to us. So it's a win-win situation.
I hope this was inspirational to you, motivational, maybe spark some ideas for your space. You can follow the Elements on Facebook or go to elementsbyKsorby.com and learn more about this terrific operation in Storm Lake, Iowa, west on Highway 7. Anything but ordinary. Thank you, Kathy. This has really been fun.
It has been. Thank you.